Going over to the Cultural Pod podcast, you have Karmalo Anthony's bail is lowered and released. Now, this is one of the most culturally electrifying topics we've had probably the past 3 weeks. You had Karmalo Anthony, who it's the boy on the left, who allegedly, well, I was going to say it's pretty a lot of evidence, but legally I'd say allegedly stabbed a 4.0 GPA student athlete to death because he stole a seat in the bleachers. Or what is it? Karmalo Anthony went to someone else's tent and conflict arose, want to take some spots. Now, this is posted on X from End Wokeness, and he says, quote, "I never want to hear white privilege again." And then you hear one of both sides or headlines says, quote, "Karmalo Anthony released from jail after posting $250,000 bond. It was previously, I believe, set at $1 million. A lot of people are critiquing the Obama judge lowered it, or the Obama appointed judge had lowered it. And that picture is juxtapositioned with another picture from Give, Send, Go, which they did eventually take this down, which I'm surprised because Give, Send, Go is mostly a leftist organization, culturally, politically speaking. And yeah, before they took it down, it looks like their goal was $500,000 raised, and they raised $423,913 for someone who allegedly stabbed someone else. Which, yeah, kind of bleak that people would spend nearly $500,000 to defend him. And this went pretty viral. It is one of the most viral things Act Wokeness has posted all year. It's got 5.3 million views and 107,000 likes. And thankfully, some pros and cons, or rather for and against. So you have some contrarian statements in the comments, which I like more and more because echo chambers can get a little bit boring. And one of the first ones, and I think I actually follow him so I can make sure I have kind of a mix of comments when I look at these things. This is from Trump Tracker. He says, quote, "If he was white, he would have never been arrested. That's white privilege." And that got 89 likes and 41 responses, one of the most viral ones to be responded to. Mr. Dan responded saying, "So dumb," getting 109 likes. Let's make it 110. As youth might say, ratioing that original comment. You also have Joe saying, quote, "January 6th, people were arrested, denied, and never took anyone's life. Is that your white privilege that you're talking about?" Getting 9 likes. Also, the police let them in. Let's see here. Going back to the main comment section, one of those viral ones comes from the rabbit hole, where there's fine print trying to see where the statistics are actually from. Let me see here. Hopefully, let's see here. All right, so he has a graph from 2010 to 2020. It says black on white homicides 6,148, black on white homicides 14,689, and this is credited to some I think it's Department of Justice, one of the government websites at the bottom. That's what it says in really fine font for the source. And they got 1.5 thousand likes. Now, again, in this case, scrolling back to the top, the alleged killer is African American, and the person who passed away, the 4.0 GPA, collegiate athlete, or no, I guess high school athlete, he was white. Livercat Media Tim says, quote, "But there is no such thing. There is such thing as," and it says, "black privilege, the ability to break every law of the country and still remain a victim." They got 3.8 thousand likes. I think that's the most liked comment, actually. That shows Sean Hunter Bayshore saying, quote, "If you're white, you have white privilege," getting 856 likes. Another contrarian statement. He got 630 responses. So we're going to dive into that response. Let's see here. The first response to his comment is from AJ saying, quote, "The privilege to be murdered after asking someone not to trespass while my killer is set free on bond," getting 942 likes. McCleanly says, quote, "Self-hating white people should be classified as mental illness. They hate themselves to show how down they are with non-whites. It's pathetic," getting 515 likes. Trash Money says, "So that must mean Karmalo has a black privilege," getting 342 likes. Seth responded saying no, getting 16 likes. Matthew Dill says, "You're a disgrace to the white race," getting 384 likes. Seth's responded saying that doesn't make any sense, getting 34 likes. Let's see. This profile must be in binary because it's 011011. I can't read the whole thing, but it says, "No such thing. There's only class privilege. There's no such thing as white privilege," getting 95 likes, which, yeah, that's an inconvenient truth a lot of people talk about in terms of a lot of people try to boil down cultural differences in the United States based upon race, when a lot of people, I would argue in terms of who has more advantages, it'd be like, well, who has more of a resource allocation based on class, based on your jobs, your career trajectory. That's not brought up as much, culturally speaking, but it is a top topic in the United States. G says completely and utter bullshit, getting 402 likes. Someone by the name of Selling the Bomb has a picture of Trump pointing, says, "You're the bundle of sticks," getting 87 likes. So this person was mostly ratioed in his responses. But again, he originally got 865 likes. Crazy Vibes says, quote, accurate. It's a picture of a bumper sticker saying they don't hate racism, they hate white people. They got 2.6 thousand likes. Scrolling down more and more. Sergeant Williams says the same quote. It says, black privilege, ability to break any laws, still remain victim. They got 4.9 thousand likes. Crazy Vibes says, this is the caption of a football and track team. Sorry, this is what the captain of a football and track team looks like according to the Karmalo Anthony's parents. And it's Karmalo Anthony. Now, in this picture, he is wearing a sweatshirt. As we all know, true men always suit up, obviously. It's a beanie. He's holding a... God, those things are so comically useless. Is it the Draco? Is the AK-47 without the stock? So it's a pistol, legally speaking. To his credit, he actually has good trigger discipline. It looks like his finger is not on the trigger, but it looks like he is... I don't know if his hand is... I don't know if he's having a seizure or he's doing a gang sign, but he's doing like a sign of a hand gesture. Again, I'm a big gun nut, so I mean, he's holding the gun safely. Trigger's not on the finger. It looks like it's, pointed, placed over the, although it is curling a little bit, man. But that did get 1.2 thousand likes. Scrolling down more and more. Take This Viral said, ironically, they got 1,000 likes. It's moderately viral. Says, quote, there is black privilege 100%. You're witnessing it before your eyes. Gain 1,000 likes again. Scrolling down more and more. Let's see here. Roger X. Peterson says, quote, why is the left so blind? And it says, who brings a knife to a track meet? People buy private tents for their friends and family to keep their belongings somewhat safe. Karmalo sat under someone else's tent, and he illegally brought a large knife onto school grounds, getting 129 likes. Let's see. Arkel Bloss says, Bloss? I think that's how you pronounce your name. Let's see. She says, quote, race baiter, $250,000 for the first time for juvenile substantial STFU. First time offense, but it's also a pretty big alleged offense. Like murder. They got 433 likes, though. Thinks Langman says, quote, Pam Bondi needs to charge him with a hate crime, getting 361 likes, which, again, we also don't know if it really has anything to do in the race in terms of the actual confrontation. So, again, unless there's a previous post of him, previous social media instances of Karmalo actually posting online things about the gentleman who passed or allegedly killed that were directly about race, I'm not sure if you actually get that charge. Also, white on black in terms of, race charges or hate crimes, they never actually go for those. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out, but this is, again, one of those viral cultural things in the United States right now. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.